I hope that whoever's listening to this will give me the benefit of the doubt, because I know I'm going to have some detractors on this video. I just want you to hear my position on this subject, because I know just looking at the title, y'all are like, oh my God, here we go with the negativity. Somebody has to be negative. It was 2012. I took a job at a company that's very notorious in my county that no longer exists. What its name was, what it entailed wasn't important. To be honest, I was using it as a stepping stone to get a better paying job somewhere else and buy my time and making a little money so I can help out my spouse. Because I had just graduated from the University of Washington like not too long before, and it was just hard for me to find a job after the fact. And I got let go within 2 weeks. And looking back, it was funny. At the time, it ticked me off because I knew that I was being let go because I didn't play a role and didn't act fake. I showed up to work on time like I am required to. I was in all my trainings on time. I struggled just a bit, but I was making an effort to try to learn the job, and I end up going to what we call LEI in this state, only for them to call me and find out, well, technically they didn't discriminate against you, la la la. I didn't realize what at-will employment was. Turned out for the good, because that place had churned out a lot of people, burned them out, mistreated people for years. So when that place closed, I didn't care. The reason I bring that up is because on my first day on that job, I was sitting in the back. And they asked us, it's an icebreaker because they want to know you, which I really just want to do my job. I don't care on traditional jobs to not be friends with most of my coworkers, but that's another story for another day. The last question of the 3 or 4 questions they asked us to answer, and this was the first time I was asked, what's your superpower? And I can remember immediately rolling my eyes and thinking, this is just a really stupid question. But as we got through class, most people gave themselves a superpower. And it felt like I was the lonely one in the room because I was the only one seeing this. So they finally got to me. I stood up. I'm like, and I don't have a superpower. Everybody's like, gasping, what? La, 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 la. And I'm like, let me hurry up and sit down. Please get away from me. Go to the next person. I don't care about this. Here's why I think that question, and I know this is going to get me in trouble with a lot of y'all, comes across as stupid and fake to me. See, the thing that people want, and I do understand, is the need to fit in when you go work a new job, the need to have people like you, because there are 2 people from one of my former jobs that had arrived to that job the same day. So I already knew people there. On my first day, I didn't expect those 2 ladies to get hired. And they were just going through the motions, My thing is that there's no way, even for an introvert like me, I have friends, but there's no way to get away from genuine human connection, the feeling of wanting to be wanted. And to have people know what your strengths are, because when you're trying to build a relationship, you're going to give pieces of yourself away. The reason I think the question is stupid is because the people who ask you that, when they do so, they really know what they're doing. See, if I were your boss and I wanted to know your, in quotations, superpower, because I don't believe in superpowers, I don't have one, and I'm glad for people to never ask me again. I think it's a suffocating question. If I'm your boss and it's crunch time, and I needed to put the screws to you, the first thing that I'm going to recall is your natural talents and strengths to use against you to work in my favor. Oh, yeah, let that pause sit in because I got a little quiet and I bet everybody's like, that doesn't make any sense. It makes perfectly good sense. If you're going to use my strengths against me to get what you want and get your results anyway, why don't you frame it another way? Why is it that you have to know my strengths up front instead of let me do my work and then observe and say, okay, it's this person's strengths and this person's weaknesses? See, employers do this stuff with this superpower so that you'll give away all of your goodies up right away, your attributes, because if you tell them in the beginning, it's a good thing because they know where to put you, but it's a bad thing because they know how to use it against you when the time comes. I did not answer that question to be negative though, because of the collective gasp. I understand why people took it that way. And I know where I live, a lot of people think that I'm a mean person. I'm not. I'm just not fake. See, when they did that day, they're trying to measure or get a little small litmus test of who they think is going to be the strongest and who's not, instead of putting them on the training that we were in to see who's the strongest and who's not. Because I can tell you right now, in the past few years, the jobs I've worked, I haven't given anyone my superpowers. Number one, because I don't believe in that stupid concept. No offense. If you do, this video is not intended to offend you. You can get off. Number one, I just don't believe in that stupid concept. And number two, so-called people that I work with that do, oh, such and such is my superpower. They say that, and then when you put them up under pressure, you find out that was a lie. Again, the human side of you is going to allow you to reveal certain things about yourself to certain coworkers. Some people are a complete open book. I'm not criticizing you if you are that way. I'm just saying, if you're like myself and in the recesses of your mind, you wondered about this so-called superpower stuff, you were correct to wonder about it, because it's just an excuse for you to tell people what your strengths are so that they can use it for their own benefit when the time comes. Because when you're in somebody else's system, you're benefiting their system and not you. And that's not a bad thing, because everybody's not cut out to be an entrepreneur. See, it benefits the employer while they make it seem like it benefits you. Because then you can look at somebody else and say, oh, I have the same superpower and we can do this and we can team up and do this as a result. It hurts you twofold. It hurts you because the employer knows how to use your strengths as weaknesses, and it hurts you because your employees who want to get an edge up on you know how to use your strength as weakness. Again, I told you this is going to come across as negative, and this is the video that's going to get me the most pushback. Because a whole lot of people that I'm friends with and acquainted with really believe in this concept of sharing their superpower. The ideal that you share it is not what is concerning. The ideal is what makes this concerning is that you share it and you fail to understand that during crunch time, it's going to be used against you. Oh, my superpower is that I'm very efficient and punctual. Oh, so you arrive at work on time and you can get through your work fast. Okay, well, pal, more on you. Tell me I'm lying. Somebody gonna try it. I'm not saying this to you all to come across as negative. I'm just an honest person. I think that this what is your superpower is stupid because they really know what they're doing when they ask you this the first week on your job. And they're going to put that superpower to the test for their own benefit. And heaven forbid you fail at it too much, it's going to get low key thrown in your face. It's not a fun icebreaker question just to get you to start talking. Okay? Because somebody in that room who sees you as competition are going to always have that in the back of their mind on how to use it against you when it's time to move up. Have your superpower by all means. I'm not trying to stop you. But be ready for the alternative to that and to people knowing what that means. And if you have doubts about it like I do, don't feel bad. You have a right to believe that's a stupid question.